As a beginner trader, it's always hard to find out what prop firm has your best interests at heart, but also the affordability because a lot of us we're just starting out working and it's hard to sort of find that line in between that you can really go for and afford because obviously if you know you're a starting out trader, you don't want to just take any challenge and hope you're going to pass. You're going to buy the most affordable one and see if you can, get past the phase one, get past the phase two if you're a step two trader. And these types of steps are always like the hardest part to get through when you're a beginner. Because I remember the first funded account I bought, I was like, I'm gonna pass this one. Of course, the Canon event happened, I blew it. And 6 accounts later, 10K accounts, I blew all of them. And each time I passed like a phase one, then I blew the phase two, I passed another phase one, blew the phase two, and then I just blew the rest of the phase ones. And each of them I was trading them separately. So I bought one, failed it, bought another one, failed it. I didn't use demo because I feel like the best way to progress as a trader is to not actually bother worrying about demo because you know that over time you're sort of risking money in the market. And I was working at a fast food restaurant, so I didn't have enough money to be buying 50K, 100K, 200K accounts out of nowhere. And a lot of firms have secret hidden deals, but you don't actually know them. So I'm giving away three 10K accounts with prop firm match, and they're all Blue Guardian accounts. So you'll find out how to get into the giveaway by the end of the video. And I'm gonna rank my top prop firms out right now, going through the ones I use, going through the ones I want to use, and going through the ones that have the affordability that we're looking for, but also beginner trader friendly because I know a lot of my audience is beginner traders. And then we've got some advanced traders as well. And you'd want to have a firm that you believe in, but also has a high allocation amount. So you can not only diversify with other firms, but you can also go heavier with a firm that you'd like the rules with. So I feel like that's quite nice as well. So we'll go through that now. The most popular firms are going to be the ones that are the most affordable with the best rules and a lot of people rate them. So as you can see, first we have Alpha Capital, 100K funded of them, and I've got 200K in evals I'm doing right now. My first payout should be on the way in a couple of weeks. I'm on a little bit of drawdown, but that's fine. I quite like their conditions and everything. A lot of people used to complain about the spreads, but I haven't noticed anything bad about the spreads. They're actually quite nice. And as you can see, it's 15% off and you get a free account of the same size when you get a payout with them, which is pretty cool. A lot of the prop firm match ones are doing that right now. And Blueberry funded, I haven't used these people yet, but they got 400K match allocations, so maybe in the future. And see, a lot of these firms, they have a decent allocation. What I look for with like a prop firm is good rules. Because I'm a swing trader, I like being able to trade news or around news times. And with a lot of these firms like FTMO, 400K, and you can scale up. I like the firms that you can scale up with. So a lot of these firms have, oh, a million. Like a million sounds crazy, but look at the reviews. That just shows you they're certified and also they probably pay out too. And I've got an account of funding pips as 100K eval. I like them, but when I enter a trade, sometimes it doesn't enter me exactly where I enter. It's not spread or anything, it's just I get slipped to like a worse position. But like I think that's just the way some of the market conditions work. And Blue Guardian, 1 million allocation. That is pretty crazy to me. And 30% off right now, great deal. A lot of my friends use Seacrest, which used to be my funded FX, and they got like great payout rules. And so as you can see, like Alpha Capital got great deals going. And I would say to find your top tier prop firm, you'd want the price to be good because a lot of these ones, the best sellers, you can't see FTMO in the best sellers. And that's because the price is high and a lot of people aren't willing to pay high prices for them, but also they don't really do deals. So if you're going for an FTMO, you've got to be willing to pay the 950 for 200K or, a little bit less for the 100K. But it's worth it because you can go with prop firms that actually are going to pay you out. And they've added futures now, but I don't trade futures, but maybe later in the future, I'll have a look into it. If you go through reviews, this is where the nitty gritty of everyone who actually has tried these accounts have really shown you the longevity. So as you can see, we've got a relatively new firm here at the top. It's got 83 reviews. All of them are really good reviews. But can we trust that? But this is only 83 reviews because it's a new firm. You'd want to wait for it to get to these levels. 309. FTMO has less because less people buy accounts because it's more expensive. Alpha Capital, very high good reviews. And then as you can see, all yellow. So it's above the 4, which you want to go for. These ones at the bottom for less than 4, you'd want to try and wait until you've got a lot of funding availability, so you can go into these types of firms if you've got too much allocation with other firms. I really like um, these ones near the top. Funded Next, they've got a great scaling plan. Like one of my friends, he has a 200K account and he's made 10% in payouts over 4 months and he's been scaled up 40%. And that's crazy to me. You can get a 280K account even though the max you can have on an account is 200K, which is pretty cold. The most I've been paid out by a prop firm is from QT, Quant Tackle. I got like 5K in payouts with them so far, which is pretty nice. And you can actually adjust the amount of reviews for the actual top tier prop firms. And all of these ones, like I really like. I don't personally use the 5%ers for ethical reasons, but I quite like the rest of the firms. I haven't tried Maven, but it's got a lot of good reviews too. And it's more like you want to use a firm that you know will have your back as well. You know that will pay you out. Because a lot of these firms, they obviously they're made to win. They're made for them to profit the most. So you would want to try and find the mix between user friendly, but also the prop firm is also got liquidity. Because if a prop firm is relatively new and it hasn't got many people actually using it, like with these users, this is high. You'd want to have funding account that has a high amount of users because then you know that there's a lot of liquidity there, so you'll get payouts. But the firms that have the least amount of users, you'd want to stay away from them, to be honest. That's in my opinion, because you want to have the ones that have good amount of users. I would say from breakout above is a pretty good idea to look into. And there's a lot of these firms that I don't use or haven't heard of, so I'm not going to give my opinion on them. If they've got good reviews, check them out, check their rules out. But I'm not just going to tell you blindly to buy them because I've only ever bought like some of these, like the top 10 I've really been indulging in. QT, I bought a lot of accounts with them. Like all my first 10Ks were with them because they were so cheap. Like a 10K was like £40. And £40 isn't really much money when you really look into it. And that's pretty crazy that you can get a whole account for £40. So my top firm will always be FTMO because they've got the most longevity. They've been around for the longest and they've been known to pay basically everyone out. Then I would probably go for Alpha Capital. Then I would go for Funded Next. They're a really good firm. Then I'll go for probably either Funding Pips or Quant Tackle. And then my funded FX at 5 because I haven't used them yet, but I'm more inclined to use them later down the line. But it's quite exciting. Like each time you can look and find a new company that, or like a company that's been around for a while and there's enough funding that you can scale up a lot. And it's very important as a trader to scale because then you can not only increase the money you're making, but also you have that diversification. You have that diversity in accounts that you know that, okay, if this payout doesn't come through, I've got a payout of another company that will come through. So you know that you're sorted on all aspects rather than hoping you're going to get an account that's going to pay you out and then it doesn't and you're gutted. But if you've got multiple accounts in multiple different firms, like I would never tell you to buy max allocation with one firm straight away. If you've got no funding, you should be buying, say, a 50K with Funded Next, a 50K with FTMO, 50K with Alpha. And then you're more likely to be safer. You're more likely to get paid out rather than buying the cheapest firm in the building with the least amount of users, with the smallest Discord server. If the Discord server is active, they've got a lot of moderators, then you're more likely to be safe and you don't have to worry, I think, in my opinion. And the rules section is probably my favorite part because a lot of prop firms, they hide what their actual views are, and it's kind of hard to see just the actual clear outlook on what you should actually buy. And with this, you can actually tell. And I bought a funded PIP account, but I only bought it after I looked at all um, these different rules because some firms can get you out quite easily with, say, 7 minimum trading days, at least 0.25 per day. Like that consistency is crazy. Like I wouldn't buy this zero unless you're a really consistent trader. And with FTMO, you're allowed to hold it over the weekend because I'm a swing trader. News is good for swing accounts. And that's what you want. You want a firm that can basically tell you the best way to trade for you. And I love trading with MetaTrader 5 because it's just the best thing for me to trade with. I don't really like C-Trader that much, but it's all right. Like, I don't mind trading with it. And see, even the Stellar Light accounts, they tell you each account that will work. And when I bought Alpha Capital as well, these rules, you got to be wary of them. So what, 30 days that you don't trade, your account gets breached. So you got to be aware, if you're going on holiday, you would want to do like a 0.01 lot in the middle of your holiday so you can just be safe. You don't want to be risking these types of things because obviously you've paid and you're working towards something. So you'd want to have that backup. With FTMO, I think they email you if you're about to break inactivity rule. But with some firms, they don't. So just watch out for that. So as you know, we're doing a giveaway, 3 10K accounts, which is pretty nice for beginners because a lot of them can't afford to keep on losing and losing and losing. So it's nice to have a little bit of a chance of getting some free accounts. So just click the link in my bio, and then I should do the draw in a couple days, maybe at the end of the week, and I'll make a video on it. And basically just comment on the video to like, subscribe, do all the things that I can tell that you're interested in the giveaway. And yeah, we'll pick the winner soon. If you really need it, you can tell me in the comments why you need it. It could increase your chances.